over one of the most important guitar practice habits, keeping a practice journal. My definition of a practice journal is probably different for everybody, but for me, what's been working is having a daily habit of charting out the amount of time that you spend playing guitar, the things that you work on each day, and the amount of time that you spend on each thing each day. All right, so what's the process and how do I like to structure my practice journal? It's pretty simple. So I just have the date in the upper right-hand corner. Then I'll just go through line by line, and each line will be like a practice session. I'll have the number there as the amount of time in minutes or hours. It's usually minutes. And then I'll just have notes of what I worked on in that session. And then in the parentheses is just a shorthand for the guitar I was using or the setup or even sometimes the location. You don't have to do that. I like to do that just because some of the instruments and stuff have different setups and things. So playing a lot on like my resonator and open tunings and drop down crazy with just slide is not, it might not, be relevant for, trying to learn straight ahead jazz standards, so it's like each, setup will have its own sort of benefits, but also it's neglecting another skill. So I try to keep track of that as well. But again, you don't have to do that at all. But it's good, if you really want to go in and be detailed with it, just go for it. Write in as much as you feel, that can accurately describe what you do. And when you go back to it, that you can actually understand it too. So I'll do that line by line, and each thing is going to look different for, that's going to be different from person to person depending on your goals. In the left-hand corner, I just circle the total amount of time. I just circle. So why even bother going through this? Having an actual log of the things that you work on each day, the amount of times you spend doing it, you're going to have there's no excuses when, you wake up one day and you try to play and you just feel frustrated or feeling like you're not progressing or you're regressing or you're plateauing. You don't have any excuse other than to look directly at yourself because you have this, log of everything that you've done. So if you're not feeling, like you're on the right track or something, or your playing's not where you want it to be, you can go back to this log and actually, see, day by day, all right, am I actually working on the things that that I'm trying to get better at, or am I just wasting time or just not playing altogether? So by having that, you can, really dial in the amount of time you should be spending, and you can check back to see, am I actually spending that time? And then if not, you can actually start to structure your future practice sessions with that in mind. For an example, if you're feeling like your playing is getting kind of sloppy, you're dragging time, it just doesn't sound very rhythmic or something, then you can, go back to your notes and see, all right, am I actually sitting down and working with a metronome? Am I working on being more rhythmic and in time, or am I neglecting that? And if you go back to your notes and you see, okay, I never play with a metronome, well, now for your next practice session, make it a point to start to add in practice with a metronome. And you're going to find it's not going to take long either, within a couple of days or a week, something that you've been neglecting, you start doing it consistently, you're probably going to get better at it. So it's a really easy way to keep track of those things. And I've found I've gotten a huge benefit. I've only been doing this for a little over a year now at this point. And I realize now that this isn't, for me at least, this isn't an option, that I have to kind of do this every day, even if it's really, just very basic notes and shorthand or something. It's better than nothing. And it really takes, literally, might even take less than 30 seconds to actually write down everything that you do. Especially once you start to develop your own shorthand and the way you like to do it. It's so quick that it's like just literally keep it wherever you practice. Just keep it next to you. The second you're done practicing, or even if you want to, you can do it as you go. I usually just do it right when I'm done. I just make the note. I write the date, the stuff I worked on, the amount of time, and then good. And then we'll just do it again the next day. And it's like I've noticed too, just as I've been playing guitar, I've been playing for so many years now. It's becoming harder and harder to have the discipline and the focus and the desire to just sit down for 2 hours a day straight and play, which is something that like I used to do when I was younger sometimes, and it's becoming harder and harder to do that. So I had to try to figure out a way to still play as much as possible, but not feel like I'm burning myself out and losing the fun of it. And what's nice about this is it's helped me kind of develop a way to break out my practice into shorter sessions, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So this has helped me to, be able to keep track of, because I'm trying to play, multiple sessions in a day, but it might only be 20, 30 minutes. But this gives me a way to sort of tell what I'm doing in each of those sessions. All right, so that's it for the practice journal video. I hope that was a good description, and I hope it's something that you'll consider doing in the future. It's very beneficial. If you did enjoy this video, it'd be great if you could give me a thumbs up. I have a lot of other guitar lessons, breakdowns, and guitar playing on my channel. If that type of thing interests you, definitely consider subscribing. That would be really great, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you.